I've been fortunate enough to be part of two winning Super Bowls, but then losing one as well. So I've had the spectrum of what it takes to enjoy the confetti landing on top of you and trying to run away from it before it hits you. To be honest, it's the experience of an athlete, and the experience, the highs and lows in these situations are really wonderful.
You have partnered with Frito-Lay at the NFL playoffs for their Taste the Super Bowl commercial. So what can you tell us about this partnership?
Well, first of all, I think when anybody talks about such a classic brand like Frito-Lay and the Super Bowl, it brings up a lot of great memories. So nostalgia is what comes to my mind. So whether it's, having these as your chips with a sandwich growing up, or always having that as a side dish during Super Bowl. So for me, it's just really cool to be able to partner with a brand like this because it's such a classic brand that brings up great memories for people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got a chance to see the commercial, which will debut during Super Wildcard weekend and run through the Super Bowl. So how was it filming the commercial?
For me, I always give the same answer in the sense that football was normal. It's what I kind of expected. But when I'm on these commercial sets, it's when I really pinch myself, like, man, where am I? Especially to be with a brand like Frito-Lay, to be with, other players like Marshawn and Gronk. So to me, it's such a beautiful experience to be a part of that with such a great brand and such great guys.
Absolutely. And you mentioned that, Frito-Lay products it's something that's very important. It's something that people know and something that people will have during, throughout the playoffs and even Super Bowl parties. So do you have a favorite Frito-Lay product?
Absolutely. Well, Doritos Cool Ranch, man. So good. I'm still waiting for Cool Ranch seeds to come out.
Oh yeah. That's one of.
Oh man, I literally could put that on steak.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, Doritos Cool Ranch is one of my favorites as well. So yeah, I love that. But the Super Bowl is next month, and it will be in Las Vegas, and you have that Super Bowl experience, winning two of them and playing in another one as well with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So when you were playing those games, did they feel a little different just because of everything that comes with it?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot that goes along with the game. It's got a bye week attached to it before, so there's a lot more level of preparation that you can ticket wise. There's a lot that really goes into that weekend. But the most important thing obviously is the game, and that's one thing that you always have in the backdrop and really focusing on the entire time. I've been fortunate enough to be part of two winning Super Bowls, but then losing one as well. So I've had the spectrum of what it takes to enjoy the confetti landing on top of you and trying to run away from it before it hits you. To be honest, it's the experience of an athlete, and the experience, the highs and lows in these situations are really wonderful and learning.
Right. And along with winning two Super Bowls, you accomplished a lot more in your NFL career. So what would you say would be some of your favorite moments during your time on the field?
Well, there are often times, never the highlights that people often see. There are times in locker rooms, times in hotels that the guys joking around, sitting at the table in meetings. Those are the times that you really miss, that are hard to replace. That when you're done with the game.
Right. And in your career, you got to play under Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, who's been with the team since 2007, has never had a losing record since taking over as the Steelers head coach. So what do you think makes Mike Tomlin probably the most consistent coach in the NFL right now?
Well, I'm a huge fan of Coach Tomlin. I believe he'll be a Hall of Fame coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He'll be in the Hall of Fame one day. But I think just the level of integrity that he holds people accountable to on the team is something that's really big. I think he connects definitely with these younger players in a way different from other coaches. I think the Pivot podcast, a friend of mine, Ryan, I thought really showed like how how wonderful of a person he is as well. So there's so many awesome things I could say about Coach 𝐿𝐴 in the same way. I've been fortunate to have so many great coaches in my career, including, Pete Carroll as well. So all three of them are the top caliber, and I've been very blessed.
Of course. Now, there has just been talks about Mike Tomlin's future when the season comes to an end. Do you really think he will move on from the Steelers and coach another team?
I'm not sure or familiar with that, to be quite honest. I think it would be crazy to
Yeah.
consider it. And I don't think Coach Tomlin would ever consider that, to be quite honest. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, to
Oh,
end
yeah.
that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And the Steelers have made it to the playoffs, finished with a 10-7 record. Will face the Buffalo Bills. So what do you think they need to do in order to make a deep run and reach the Super Bowl?
Well, I don't watch football like I normally like
Okay.
you would think, I guess, most football players do. I haven't watched a complete game and sense from start to finish. I've been to a couple games. But to me, what's been really important about Pittsburgh in general, not about football and all the other organizations, but I thought culture is something that is really important for our organization to maintain. And as we're continuing to build towards a championship culture, I think that championships will come along with that.
Right, right. And one last question for me before I let you go, and is other than what you're doing with Frito-Lay, what else? What else do you have going on in your career?
Well, I partner with a few different brands, but I think what's really close to my heart is what my wife and I currently are doing. We help start an organization called the Neighborhood Resilience Project, which is a program to start in the inner city with Father Paul Abernathy. We're hosting a 7-on-7 game at Acrisure Stadium. So we're doing a lot of really cool things to help support the Pittsburgh inner city. And to me, that's probably the most closest dear thing that my wife and I have going on, outside of the hectic family life of children, sports, and whatnot.
Of course. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, Troy, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and continued success to you.